After Julia Andreach won the state tennis title as a sophomore, odds were pretty good that she was in a great position to become a 3-time state champion. After all, the year before, she had advanced to the finals as a freshman. But a funny thing happened on her way to another title. Instead of returning to Mercy for her junior year, she opted to take her talents to the IMG Academy in Florida, a boarding school which attracts the top student athletes from around the world.
It was definitely a very hard decision. It took a lot of time. After states, I kind of started looking at academies because a lot of coaches were saying I was only using 20% of my potential. And obviously when you hear that, you're like, oh, what can I do more? So looking at those academies was really important. It took a lot of thought.
A place like IMG offers something you can't get anywhere else: the ability to be surrounded by people with the same mindset, people who are striving to get the most out of their talent, and who will push you to do the same.
One of the main reasons why I went there is for the competition. Just in Rochester, I wasn't getting as much competition as I would have wanted. So moving down there, one of the biggest things is I was going to be hitting with players at such a high standard and be training with coaches that have so much experience with people at my level and playing tournaments that, I wanted to play. Playing those tournaments, I went to Europe for a couple tournaments, South America for a couple tournaments, and I was just playing more matches than I was here, and against people at a higher level. So I think that was one of the biggest things that definitely raised my level a lot.
Brad Thyroff is her personal coach here in Rochester. He's been working with her since she was 8 years old, and he knows the only way for Julia to truly reach her potential was to face the type of competition that wasn't available locally.
It made more sense for her to go down to IMG, where she would be playing good players from all over the world, and every day she could play someone that was better than her and push her. The only problem is you're eating, sleeping, breathing tennis, and you don't have the benefit of kind of stepping away from it and doing something else and being more active and enjoying something else, and then enjoying, hey, I'm back on the tennis court, this is where I love to be. You kind of never get off it. And so that can be tiring and that can be draining also. So I think it was good that she went and tried it, and she won't regret what if.
Her year at the Academy brought her game to another level, but it also did something else. It gave her even more proof that when it came to being on the court with the best, she belonged.
She got to play a ton of tennis, and I think it helped her realize that here she is competing with top kids from all over the world, and she belonged there, and she belonged on the court with them. So I think that gave her kind of an international experience every day of top talent, and the fact that she deserved to be on the court with them. So I think that was good for her, that she could see that no matter where she goes, she can compete with the best players.
So after being exposed to such great tennis and seeing her game go to the next level, why decide to come back? Well, like they say, there's no place like home.
The competition was great. A lot of people were all aiming for the same goal as I was, so the competition factor was great. I just think I became a little homesick and kind of decided that it wasn't helping me grow as a person. It was definitely helping me as a player, but not as much as a person. And I think that's why I ultimately made the decision to come back.
She knew that heading into this year's state tournament, she would have a target squarely on her back. Everyone wants to beat the best. Julia had no problem with that. She knew that by playing the game she was capable of, the rest would just take care of itself.
It's definitely the back of my mind, I'm not gonna lie, but I've been talking to my dad, Brad, my personal coach, and it's just something you need to put behind you. If you think about it too much, it's obviously just gonna negatively affect you. I'm happy that I'm the target that everyone has this year at States, but it's just something that I need to put in the back of my mind and just kind of forget about it.
She's an extremely capable player, and what I mean by that is when she's on, her shots are as good as anyone, and she's capable of beating anyone, really. She's got a phenomenal game, and if she's on, it's awesome. And if she's off, she's still a great player.
Julia will be heading to Notre Dame in the fall to continue her education and her tennis career as a member of the Fighting Irish. And she will go there as a state champion. Maybe in true passing of the torch fashion, she defeated a freshman to claim the title.